So my hard drive broke and that sucks, but in this video I'm going to talk about the future of my channel and show you how to create this. Let's go. Right, this is probably going to be a very difficult video for me to film because we're going to talk about the future of my channel while I'm going to create a thumbnail for this video. So what I already did was create a layer with me so I don't have to show you that process. It's too big, so we're going to scale it down by holding Control and Shift because that will keep the center point where it is, and now I can just gradually scale it to the size that I like. I think this is great, and for those of you who don't know, the thumbnails of YouTube are 1280 by 720 in pixels, so make sure you have those dimensions. Now, I won't put myself on the screen too big, but we do need something clickbaity to write here. The title of this video will be The Future of My Channel, because what has happened, I've had a look at the metrics of this channel, I've listened to your feedback, and I decided to split my DaVinci Resolve and my Darktable content to two different channels. Now, my girlfriend said, why are you going to make yourself more busy than you already are? And I told her, well, I won't become more busy. I'll just do it differently, which means that I'm going to upload once on this channel every week. So that's going to be on Sunday. And I'm going to upload once or maybe twice on the other channel, which I will show you in a minute, where I will only be posting DaVinci Resolve content. And those will be beginner, intermediate, and professional grade videos for you to check out and to learn some new skills. Right, so let's figure out what we're going to place inside here. How about this? You did what, right? So I've used the text tool to just type it in here. I'm going to rotate it using this tool. I'm going to rotate it slightly to give it a little bit more punch. Now, what we're going to do is we need to make sure that this is clearly visible. I'm not quite sure which colors I will be using in this thumbnail, so I'm going to keep it neutral. First, I'm going to hit the right mouse button here. And once again, I forgot the mouse highlighter, so I've just activated that for you so you can follow along. So you have to go here, right mouse button, alpha to selection, and then everything will be selected. Now, once you're done with this selection, make sure to go to select and click none. Otherwise, if you try to do something to the image, it'll only apply to the selected area. And that gave me a headache a lot of times in the beginning when I was using GIMP. Right, so right mouse button, alpha to selection, select. And I want to grow it because I want to place an extra color around it, right? I'm going to use 6 pixels because I think that looks great for a thumbnail. And then we're going to create a new layer because that's very important. And let's call this grow text. And now I'm going to the edit, fill with background color. I'm going to place it underneath the original one. Select none. Now, usually you can drag it, but for some stupid reason, this isn't working now. So I'm going to use these arrows and then everything will be fine. But you should be able to just drag it down. All right. And before we move on, let me introduce you to Purely Resolve, my new DaVinci Resolve video channel, like I said, where I will be uploading my DaVinci Resolve tutorials. Now, I hope this video will get as much traction as the videos do on my current channel, Rico Resolves. I won't be changing the name, however. So I thought about that. Maybe I should change the name Rico Resolves to something involving Darktable, but I won't because I will be uploading GIMP tutorials on it. I'm going to upload Darktable tutorials on them. And maybe in the future, I will do some more photo related content. I have been doing that in the past, but I'm going to keep Rico Resolve strictly for photography with a main focus on editing your photos. So expect the most tutorials to be about Darktable, but also expect some tutorials to be done in GIMP. I've uploaded 3 videos here already, and you see I've got some amazing views. No, I don't. So go over there if you love DaVinci Resolve and then subscribe for me there so my channel will grow over there. And then hopefully everybody will be a lot more satisfied because we have now split it apart. Right, let's go back to GIMP and let's work some more on this tutorial. So we need a background for this as well. The whole theme of this video is the future of my channel. So in this case, I'm just going to grab a screenshot of my channel and place that in the background. So let me just show that process for you. I'm just going to grab a screenshot, copy it, and now I'm going to go back to GIMP. And now I'm going to go to edit, paste as, new layer, right? I can move it around with the move tool, and I think this should be it. Let's zoom in, holding control and then scrolling away from you or towards you. So those are the effects. I I think this will look good on my thumbnail. I'm going to move it down, so behind myself, and I'm going to blur it out by going to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and then let's put this on 4.5. Okay, yeah, I think that looks great. I need a little bit more oomph, so we're going to work on that as well. What I like to do when creating thumbnails is think about the color scheme of the thumbnail, and I actually use this website for it, so color.adobe.com, because that will show you where the colors are in the spectrum. So I've got analogous here, but if we go to complementary, you can see that if you use blue, that means you need something like orange to have the opposite color to make it stand out. Now you can choose all kinds of things like monochromatic, so one specific color, and then maybe one bright color that will make it pop. So if you want to learn all there is to know about color schemes or color palettes, this is definitely the tool for you. Now, if we go to GIMP, we see that I have a pink sweater on. We see some pink in the background. So we're going back. We're going to place it on pink. I want it to be complementary. That means that I need to work with green. Okay, so let's go back to GIMP. Let's create a new layer. And let's call this layer lighting, because we're going to light something. And I'm going to move it to the top. And then I'm going to use this gradient tool. I'm going to place the color on green. I'm going to make sure that this is set to foreground to transparent. And I want a linear shape. So I'm going to drag it over here. Move it in so it's a bit stronger. There we go. I'm going to put the mode on overlay, right? So now what I want to do is I want to deselect everything except myself that I'm lighting. I'm going to click with my right mouse button and I'm going to select new from visible. Then I'm going to deselect the lighting and I'm going to create a layer mask and I'm going to use black. That will bring back the original me without the green colors. However, with the layer selected, if we go to the brush and we place this on white again, and let's change it, that means we can now paint in the greens, right? So here you see the greens starting to appear. Now this is way too strong of an effect. So let me undo that. I'm going to change the hardness and I'm going to change the softness as well. And I'm just going to paint along the edges. Here we go. Because the light is bleeding on top of me. And then if we see before and after, you see that looks a lot better already. Now let's bring back everything again, including the background, and make sure that the background layer is underneath your image or yourself again. So in this case, I see that I need some more green over here. So I'm just going to paint that in ever so slightly. And now before and after. Okay, that looks great. So that means we've got pink and we've got green. So I want to work with the title again. So I'm going to select the second title layer, right mouse button, alpha 2 selection, select, grow. It's not new, I just showed you. Click OK, create a new layer. Let's call this Grow Text 2. Make sure it's underneath the previous layer. And now I'm going to select the right color. So in this case, I want the greens to be selected. Going back to edit, fill with foreground color, and then select none. That already looks a lot better, but we're still not there yet because I want to grow it one more time. Right mouse button, select, grow. And for the final one, I'm going to use 10. New layer again, grow, final. Click enter and then edit, fill with background color. Make sure it's beneath the previous layer. Select none. And here we go. Now we can also, if we want to, blur it by using the Gaussian blur again to make it more subtle. And this really stands out. And if you want to know how visible your thumbnail is, just zoom out and then guess what size it will be on your screen. So on the phone screen or on your computer screen. So even if it's small, I can still see this, and that might me incentivize to click this. You did what? What did he do? I want to know. Click, and then, you know, someone is watching your video like you are right now. Now, because this is about the future of my channel and we don't know whether it's about Darktable, whether it's about GIMP, or whether it's about DaVinci Resolve, I'm going to add in all three of those logos right now. So I've added them in, but what I did on purpose was make DaVinci look bigger. So maybe people will expect it's about DaVinci, while the surprise is it's going to be about Darktable, this channel that is. And like I said, if you want DaVinci Resolve content, have a look at Purely Resolves and subscribe there because I will be uploading a lot over there. So let's go back to GIMP and let's have these logos stand out. So I want the DaVinci Resolve logo to have a bit more contrast, so it stands out more. I'm going to do the same thing for the Darktable one, and I'm going to do the same thing for the Wilbur one as well. So colors, brightness and contrast, increase the contrast. Click OK, so they stand out more. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a drop shadow by using green. So all you have to do for that is you need to select the layer that you want to select, right mouse button, alpha to selection, and then you will see those ants again. Then I'm going to go to select, grow. In this case, I'm going to grow it by 6 because we will be blurring it. Create a new layer. I'm going to call this Grow DaVinci. I'm going to use the green color again. So edit, fill with foreground color, and make sure it's underneath the original layer. Select none, and then go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and then make sure you see it correctly and have it blurred out a lot. Now I'm going to do this for the Darktable and Wilbur one as well. And there you have it. Here with the thumbnail. I'm not going to do anything more with it because it is kind of cluttery. What you could do is decrease the size of the DaVinci Resolve logo, and then maybe behind this have like a small image of an editing page, for instance. So that's it for this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about my decision to split it up and have a different channel for DaVinci Resolve right now. We're going to keep this Darktable. I'm going to keep this name, and I'll see you guys next week. Doei!